Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of Leading Experts. I'm your host Graison Foster, and thanks for joining me today. Today my guests are two of the top real estate professionals in Vancouver, Washington, Deborah and Daryl Dougal. They have a very unique approach to selling property in that they can close on a home in as little as 72 hours. Their company is called Enlightened Property Solutions, and they'll be here to talk about the current trends in real estate and how they're helping dozens of families. Stay with us everybody. Leading Experts starts right now.
Welcome to this edition of Leading Experts. Leading Experts is informative and exciting. Leading Experts interviews authors, speakers, and entrepreneurs in all areas of business, so you become a much more informed consumer.
Welcome back to Leading Experts, everybody. I'm Graison Foster. My guests today are two of the top real estate professionals in the Vancouver, Washington area, Deborah and Daryl Dougal. They are here today to talk about how their company is buying houses as is for a fair price on the date of the seller's choice, saving you time, frustration, money, and months of headaches. Wow, that's good news in any economy, right?
That is.
Now, are you guys getting any sleep at all, or you're just going crazy right now with the way the market is?
Yeah, there's a lot of people calling all the time.
Well, welcome to the show,
Thank
first
you,
of all, let
Graison.
me say. And Deborah, I'm going to start with you today. Tell me a little bit about your background and your company, and I love the name of your company, by the way, Enlightened Property Solutions.
Thank you. I like the word enlightened because that's what I really think we want to be, is looking for a better way to help people.
Yeah.
My background is actually in music. I have bachelor's and master's degrees in music therapy. And as a therapist, I started and managed a small private practice when we lived in Dallas, Texas, and really enjoyed working with a lot of different clients. I loved working with children, with adolescents, and with the elderly. And when we started having children, I chose to stay home full-time to raise our 5 children. And as they got a little older and we started to look ahead into our future, Daryl and I wanted to get into real estate. He'd always been interested in that. And as we started looking into it, and I thought about it, in a way, I'm doing a lot of the same things. We're helping people. I worked with people with different kinds of handicaps and concerns and could use my special skills and training to understand what would help them the best and help them meet their goals. These days, a lot of people are having sort of a financial handicap, as it were, with their homes and not being able to sell them, not being able to buy, and a lot of different things. And so with our unique skills and things that we offer, we really can help people meet those goals again.
Now, Daryl, you have a very interesting background. Besides being a real estate professional, and I'm going to read this because I've got to get through it, you're a certified public accountant for a quarter of a century. You retired after 20 years with the FBI. Incredible. And you were a supervisory special agent. And during your career at the FBI, you were a forensic accountant and fraud investigator and taught at the FBI Academy in Quantico, Virginia. You testified before numerous federal grand juries, briefed congressional staffers in the U.S. Capitol, and even provided one-on-one briefings to members of the U.S. President's cabinet. So, with all of that background, how did you and your wife decide to take the leap into doing what you're doing now?
Well, that's a good question. And like you mentioned, I am a certified public accountant, have been for 25 years. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in business, specifically in accountancy. So I've always been interested in business.
Yeah.
And when I worked for the FBI, my forte was working white-collar crime, fraud matters. And so I've always kept my hand in the business world, if you will.
Right.
And then I was FBI headquarters, got a promotion back there to Washington, D.C., and was the chief of the budget unit for one of the divisions back there. So again, keeping my hand in that.
Right.
Well, when I was younger, I'd always been interested, I don't remember where I heard it, but I was always interested in fixing up houses. And so our first fixer-upper we bought in 1990. And we continue to do that. We'd buy a house, we'd fix it up, we'd sell it. Buy a house, fix it up, and sell it. And so we've been dabbling in real estate for many years.
Right.
Well, and then when it came time to retire, as an FBI agent, I was gone 12 to 13 hours a day, 5 days a week, on call 24/7. And it's a great job.
As your wife sighs as you answer that question. Yeah.
It's a great job, but it can take a toll on the family and whatever. With 5 kids, I wanted to be closer to the family. To not have to necessarily be working that many long hours, commuting 30 minutes, 25, 30 miles away.
Right.
And where we had been dabbling in real estate and passively been getting money out of real estate in the past, and we like to work with houses. We thought, well, how can we combine all these things between Deb's therapy training, my business training, where we had been working on houses before, where I had dealt with the business world basically, although as an investigator.
Right.
How could we bring all these things together and be able to have more time for my family? And so this is what we've gotten into.
Now, you don't list properties at all, but instead you buy them as is. So can you walk me through that process?
Sure, we're not real estate agents, and so we don't list properties on the multiple listing service or anything else like a real estate agent might. Because especially in today's market, there's a lot of people out there who need to sell their houses fast.
Right.
Either they're into foreclosure or they've had a job transfer and they just need to move. And they can't afford that time to have their house listed for many, many months. For instance, in our area, houses, the average days on market is about 4 months.
Right.
And then if you get a buyer, then they have to go to a bank and apply for a bank loan. And in today's economy, not everybody's qualifying for bank loans.
Right.
And so it might be difficult for somebody to get a bank loan. And so the actual process may take another month or two. And so what we do is we don't list houses and hope that somebody else buys them. We buy houses. And so when somebody deals with us, we can sign a contract the first time we meet with them, and we generally can close in 7 to 9 days, sometimes as quickly as 72 hours, but only when it really needs to be done. The title company gets a little unhappy. Or on the date of the seller's choice. Because when you sign up with a real estate agent, there's a lot of good real estate agents out there, but they can't guarantee when the property will sell or that it will sell.
Right, exactly.
Where we can decide what date would you actually like to close on, and we can do that.
I mean, I've certainly bought and sold houses throughout my life, and it's a big hassle, even in a good economy. So what can your clients expect in terms of a hassle-free sale, and certainly getting a fair price as well?
Well, basically, because when somebody puts their house on the market, as you know, Graison, having houses that you've sold in the past, the house may be on the market for several months or longer. They have strangers tramping through their house, poking through their drawers and their closets. You have to have your house constantly clean. With 5 children, and we have sold homes in the past through real estate agents, and you just have to have the house clean all the time, and that is difficult. That is difficult. So with us, all that basically goes away. We can come in, and we usually take a couple hours to sit down with the person. We explain in plain English, simple English, how the process works. We usually give them several different options or ways that we can buy the house. We're very flexible. And the first time we meet with them, we can sign the contract, and basically it can be over. And we close through title companies. We use contractors, the same termite inspectors that a real estate agent might. And so, you know, we do everything just like they do, but we buy the house.
Can you just share with me a couple of the success stories that you've had?
Well, we've been working with a lot of people recently. One is a gentleman who was retired and found himself not able to make his monthly mortgage payments. He had a son with some special needs, and when we went to meet with him and showed him some of the options that we could offer him, he decided that that would be a really good thing to help him out, to get out of his situation. It was a property that we were interested in. So we're able to buy his house and get him on to the next things that he needs to do, get him some cash that he needs, and take care of his situation. So he doesn't have to worry about the repairs that still need to be done. We can take care of that. Not us personally, but we do work with contractors that can make the house ready to go for some lucky family that would be able to come enjoy it for themselves. We're working with another couple that have had a car accident and some serious health issues where they weren't able to also make their payments and had a moratorium, so they weren't needing to pay every month. But they were still in need. They need to go to another part of the country. And as we met with them and have continued to meet with them, they were very interested in what we had to offer, and we were able to offer them a solution that would work in the time frame they need and get them taken care of.
Do you offer a free consultation at all?
Yes, that's when people contact us. We can go out and explain to them, take as much time as they need to understand exactly what, for us, we really want to understand their situation. With my background, I think it helps, because often it's really not a monetary thing. That's the main thing. There's some underlying real issue or real concern, and we want to find out what that is and help them to put it into words so we can say, okay, this is the problem. Here's what we can do. Here's how we can get you where you need to go. Whatever it is, we can take that time, and there's no charge for that.
Okay, we're going to take a break. Stay with us, everybody. Leading Experts continues right after this.